joined the FACT program. I had a lot of issues with trying to get employment, and I had some major setback, and which led me to doing something that I had no business doing.
Basically, pretty much a struggle, here and there, job, finances, finding myself, just basically much a struggle.
My life before the FACT program was, I could say, pretty miserable to me. Years without even getting looked at, I feel, of employment when it came down due to my felony. Like, I believe because I had a lot of interviews within that time frame, and I had a lot of interviews at good places. But when they always got to the felony part, it seemed like that always been like the backlash.
We had an opportunity to see some gentlemen to be looked at as something different. They could actually be looked at as fathers. We could take a purpose and an approach to get them to recognize their label is a father, their label is a member of this community to better their community and their children.
When I joined the FACT program, it just seemed like a lot of doors started opening.
The FACT program basically gave you hope within that time to rehabilitate yourself, to find the missing parts of yourself.
Help find myself, my inner self, things I didn't know about myself. The FACT team also helped me up spirit, bring myself back up and realize I am an amazing person.
It's hard for these gentlemen initially to believe when you say to somebody, you know what, I'll be there for you. These are a lot of gentlemen that have had to survive in a variety of ways. It may even be generational, where their father was not in their life.
Well, that's what a lot of guys, in my position need, I mean, a lot of guys come from, homes that there's no training, you know what I mean? And, when you don't have any training at home, how are you going to act when you get out in the public?
So basically got me prepared for the job, not even knowing that part was in there too, just getting up at 8 o'clock.
And you sit there and you're like, what is this? How is this gonna help me? You know what I mean? And once you start doing these things that the book's asking you to do, you start seeing a bigger picture, step by step. I see myself climbing out of that hole that I was in.
Seeing them, connecting with them, spending time with them, and paying child support. When Tammy shared that with me, I'll never forget it. It was probably in August of 2014. She told me, she said, I want to let you know we're going to have a full-time navigator very soon. I want you to see with all of our efforts and PB Works and your contact with them what we've been able to do. And she showed me this piece of paper, and I looked down. I saw the names of the people that we had worked with that were successful with completing programming. And those programming individuals were also mowing lawns, doing things, and beginning to pay child support. They'd never done that before because that was being taught in the different classes that they were involved in.
I mean, the women in fact helped me 100% with my daughter. Now I have custody of my child. I say there's a lot of things you get out of being with these women. They help you to the fullest, to the top capacity.
I feel amazing walking like on a cloud, just I could really see a picture now. Before, in fact, I couldn't see a picture. It was blurry. Now I could actually see a picture of a future and future with my kids, to see a better lifestyle for my kids.
I feel a lot better about myself now than I did, a couple years ago. I'm a lot more positive about a lot of different things, because before, Ms. Monfort can tell you, I was probably one of the most negative people, there was. The ones that want to go through this and want to, hopefully get a better job, get a job, just a job. Go through this program, put them through this program. I think all these guys that are on child support who got these barriers, let them try the program. If they don't do the program, then, do what you got to do.
We've been privileged that the Mental Health Board bought into and certainly believed in our efforts of what we were doing in the community with individuals with criminal histories. Tammy Colon and those involved in that system recognize that one way or the other, these individuals and or their families will become part of the mental health or substance abuse system. The Mental Health Recovery Services Board and Mike Schaenhofer fully endorsed that, to the point that they allowed us, as we were moving into the conclusion of our first year, moving to a second year, we would set aside funds and have a FACT navigator. This is about making a difference with our next generation. They need fathers in their lives. They need those fathers to have an opportunity. This is truly, in all the years I've worked, this is one of the most incredible moments for me to be seeing what's happened for these gentlemen to really be identified for who they are. And they're great men in our community. I love that.